From the John DeVito Broadcast Center, welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Paranormal Radio with Bob Trzeciak on the Windy City Hometown Entertainment Network and Jack FM 89.7 WRHS 89.7 Norridge, Illinois. So sit back and enjoy Paranormal Radio. And now, here's the king of Paranormal Radio, Mr. Robert Trzeciak.
Okay, am I still alive and sitting upright?
You're still alive after a real nice dinner, and go to it.
Every week I get a different one. I usually get the king of Paranormal Radio, but lately he's been trying some new stuff on me. Last month I was alive and still sitting, or I don't know, how would you say, alive and still standing, or whatever he said. Thank you, John. Always nice to do these shows. Thank you, sir, for allowing us back on.
You were alive and still breathing.
Alive and still breathing. That was it.
That was last
alive and still breathing. Yeah, that was last month. I was alive and still breathing. We just had a very nice dinner over at the Edelweiss restaurant, Edelweiss German restaurant, not too far from here, about a block away. That was for our benefit for Jack FM. Actually, not a benefit. It was actually a fundraiser for Jack FM 89.7 in Norridge. And I think they are still going on there, aren't they, John?
Yes.
So if you want to go stop in the restaurant, if you're somewhere close by there and you want to stop, of course, no one will hear this until tomorrow morning. By then it'll be over. So
They serve breakfast?
I just realized how silly I am saying this, but I was going to say if you want to stop in there, and although maybe if you want to do it tomorrow, they'll allow you to do it too. Go in there tomorrow and stop and have breakfast or have some dinner and say I'm here for the fundraiser, but I'm a day late. Maybe they'll donate something for the station there. So we'd appreciate that. Okay, we've got a full boat with us tonight. We've got a lot of folks here, and they make their annual trek here. Once a year they show up here, and they are all folks from the Spiritualist Church over there on, do you have a name for the church?
Evangelical Spiritual Church.
Evangelical Spiritual Church. That was just the voice of Mahele Bacon. She's the pastor over at the church there. Marty?
That's me.
There's Marty. Marty, thank you for being on Paranormal Radio again. You were Pete. You've been here before.
Yes.
Yeah. Bill,
It's
you've been here
Marty.
before.
Yeah, I've been here.
Carol?
Hi.
Hi, Carol. Thanks for coming back on. Donna, who doesn't say anything, but she's here
Hi.
for moral
Yeah, she
support.
does.
Yeah, and then we have Trouble/Renee
I'm here.
over in the corner there, and then Chris,
Hi.
and then Julius. Julius was on with us last month talking. This month he's here,
Hello.
but he's filming, so he'll be posting this up on, what do they call this, Facebook photo, or what is it called?
Facebook, live Facebook.
Live Facebook. So we're actually live Facebook now. So if you go on Facebook now, you can see us all live. And then if you want to call in, you can call in and ask a question. Okay, we were asked about 3 times before we started the show what we want to talk about, and I have no idea. So who wants to start? What do you guys? Well, we just introduced everybody.
The first thing I
So
want to say is that Terry Spitalny is with us on Facebook Live from California.
oh, how nice. Okay.
So-
Well, Terry, hi. Nice
And
to.
possibly Jenny McFarland, if she's not on with us yet, she will be on with us.
And where's she from?
She's from, where's she from, Donna?
Roselle.
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 Illinois.
Oh, Illinois.
Yeah,
Oh, she's okay.
from
She's close by
Illinois,
here.
Yeah.
She's not too far away. Yeah. I just want to mention, in case you guys forget to, March 4th, coming up this Saturday, you're having a seance.
We're having a seance at 8 o'clock. I'm the medium. And at 5, we have gallery readings, and we have palm readings, and we have card readings. Carol does crystal healings, and 2 questions and a mini reading, and it's all for $10.
You get all that for $10. You get
Right.
the
Well, the
seance, too?
seance you do not get for $10.
I was looking for a deal.
I'm sorry, you have to go through Snap It.
You gotta buy the ticket ahead of time.
Ghost.com.
Okay, it's $25 or $20 for the seance.
I don't know what they're charging.
15.
15. Oh, okay.
Is it 15?
Oh, so then it's 25 for the whole
Oh, and then
deal.
there's an investigation afterwards,
Okay.
and that's an extra 10.
Jeez.
Bring your money.
Holy cow! I was gonna say, make sure you stop at the bank or bring the checkbook before you come.
Hey, Julie, hey,
So this thing could end up winding you. So far, I'm tallying up about $35 if I tallied it right. If you do everything, you don't have to do all of this, but if you do
Right.
it all, it's $35. So now the gallery healing. Now, what exactly is a gallery healing?
Well,
I've never heard of it.
The gallery messages.
A gallery messages.
That's
What is that?
where you do ask 2 questions on a piece of paper. You fold it in half, and I give you a mini reading, and then I answer your questions.
Okay, and then there's 2 questions in addition to this,
No.
or that is the 2 questions.
That is the 2 questions.
Oh, because I
but
thought you
get
said
a
gallery
palm
reading and
you get a palm. You can get palm.
That's what Donna does. You do the
right,
palm
on
readings,
the
yeah.
included in the $10 is palm readings, card readings by Chris and Bill, crystal healing by
Okay.
Carol, and Julius has spirit box. Sometimes he does, and sometimes he doesn't. You know, whoever shows up, they're students of the church, and they're ready to work with people.
Okay, gotcha. So it's not bad. You get a lot you get your money's worth here.
Right, and
And
then
this
the
goes on for a
seance-
couple of hours. You're in there,
Right,
so yeah.
and the seance starts at 8 o'clock, and I'm not sure what Snap It is charging for that, but that's an extra price, and
Okay.
then it's an extra $10 if you want to stay and do the investigation.
Okay, so you do the snap it. If you want the seance, you got to do that online before you get there. You can't do that at the door.
Yeah,
Correct.
Right.
Okay, but then everything else you can do at the door.
Right.
Okay,
The gallery readings are monthly,
okay.
the first Saturday of every month. The seances are scheduled.
How'd you come up with the name gallery readings? Gallery.
You know, that's what they call them over in England.
Okay. Started off in some gallery somewhere, and they just call them the gallery
Yeah, that's
readings.
what
Okay.
they call them. We originally, for years and years, called them Circle,
Okay.
and things
I'm just
evolved,
curious.
names changed.
I'm sure the thought came into somebody else's head who's listening too, so that's why I figured I'll ask the
Yeah,
question.
I think most people call them gallery readings
Okay,
now.
yeah. I never heard of it. That's why I wanted to ask it. Yeah, and then Carol, you do the crystal healings.
Yes, I do the crystal.
Now, what do you heal? Now, I kind of know what this is, but just for the benefit of someone who don't, what are you healing with the crystals?
It could be a physical healing, but it's mainly like a spiritual healing.
Okay,
And I work with my crystals and let spirit come through and give the person whatever they need. And I pray over the person, and I have my crystals and
okay.
with my wands and everything.
Oh, you have magic wands too?
Magic
and-
wands,
okay.
absolutely.
All right, yeah.
Absolutely.
So we have crystals, we have magic wands, and then we do the prayer and all this.
Yes.
Now, what would you say? Sometimes you know how I do this, guys. You've been here before.
Yeah.
Sometimes I like to be the devil's advocate.
Hmm.
Couldn't you just do this with the prayer and forget the wands and the crystals and the
Yeah, but it helps me focus,
Getcha,
so I
okay.
can leave myself open for spirit to work
Okay,
through
so
me.
that makes sense. All right, I know the answers to these things, but I like to
Yeah.
ask these questions. You know how it goes.
Absolutely,
Yeah,
absolutely.
so I like to do that. Yeah, okay. So you do the crystals. Donna does the palm readings. Mahela does the gallery readings.
And Chris and Bill
Do
the
what?
cards.
Do you do
Angel
cards?
cards.
Angel cards.
Angel cards. Now, angel cards, we talked about this a little bit before we started, are pretty close to tarot.
Correct.
But they're sort of a refined tarot, would you say? Or
More benign.
they're more benign?
Yeah.
Okay.
Tarot's a little dark.
And
That
I
was a
and I
little-
think the other thing too is that the angel cards gives you more room for interpretation.
Okay. Because tarot can sometimes have a dark reading, too. You can get a lot of negatives with tarot. Yeah, that I know. So I've had a tarot reading done before. I own a tarot deck.
Okay.
I don't read them myself. I do just a little bit. I fool around with them, but I don't actually do readings for people with the tarot. And
And I
so,
think
yeah.
the angel cards make people feel more comfortable too.
Okay, yeah.
Some people, feel that about the regular tarot decks.
And they're pictured much differently, too, and presented
Exactly.
differently
Right.
than tarot is. Yeah, yeah. Sort of like Ouija boards.
right.
Ouija boards now are being called spirit boards, and they're putting them in pastel boxes, sort of like your hair color there.
Right,
kinda.
right.
Yeah, kind of pastel. Carol's got this fancy. She's ready for the Mardi Gras.
I'm ready for
She always
Mardi
comes in
Gras.
with the, that's why I always never forget your name, because I always remember the hair. Carol's got. What do you have today?
I
You've
have
got
the Mardi
purple,
Gras
gold,
colors.
purple,
Yeah,
gold,
and
green. Those
green.
are the Mardi Gras
The
colors.
Mardi Gras
So you're ready for
colors.
Mardi Gras.
Let the good times roll.
Well, laissez les bons temps brûler.
Absolutely.
Parlez-vous? No French? No?
No.
Okay. Yeah. Laissez
French
les,
fries,
laissez
but
les
it's
bons temps
about it.
brûler. Let the good times roll. That's what it is. Yeah. Uh-huh.
Yeah,
Yeah.
very good.
Yeah, that's the extent of my French. That's about the extent of that. So you're heading off to New Orleans after you do the show tonight,
I
or?
wish I was. I'm
Yeah.
heading off for the Punchkis.
Oh yeah, that's
Punchki's
coming
Day.
up Tuesday too. Fat Tuesday and Punchki Day. Yeah.
Yeah, gotta
Yeah.
have the
mhm.
Punchkis.
Oh yeah, Punchki Day. Yeah. Anybody know where the Punchki got its name?
From the
I'll
beginning.
tell you. I don't know. that's what I figured out of eight. I figured out of 8 people I'm asking here, someone may know, but no one knows.
All right.
John, you have any
Betty will
idea?
answer. She's
Who's got
Polish.
Google?
How did the Punchki get called the Punchki? Mr. Farrell, any idea? Punchkis? No,
Well, I
nobody
know
knows.
it's Polish.
Donna's Googling it. Google knows.
There you go. Google. If you got a question, ask
Gotta get the
Google.
Google.
Yeah, I just thought I'd ask this question here. Yeah, because I have no idea myself. Yeah, I did. Anybody do Mardi Gras here? Anybody ever been down to New Orleans for Mardi Gras?
Not for Mardi Gras.
I did one time. I wouldn't do it again.
Yeah,
Yeah,
too.
no, yeah.
Once is
I wanted to do it.
enough.
Yeah, I wanted to do it just to say I did it, but not exactly my way of enjoying the city. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
I can just imagine.
I like to go there in more quieter times. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, that kind of stuff like that. So yeah, yeah. Just
I
my
love
way.
the history of New Orleans.
Oh, it's got a
I mean, you
fantastic
could
history.
even feel.
Oh, can
the
you ever?
spirits
It has a
there.
pulse. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
They've got a lot of haunts down in New
Yes,
Orleans and stuff like that. Yeah,
absolutely.
yeah. You can't go down to New Orleans and not, in some way, kind of get touched by something there.
Yeah.
Yeah. either physically or spiritually. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, it's a very spiritual place too. It really
Yes,
is.
it is.
You have a lot of water around there too. You're
Yeah.
pretty much surrounded by water, so that's why. Yeah, you've got the Mississippi, of course, crescents around it. That's where it gets the Crescent City from, and then you've got the bayous and the swamps off to the other side, and the Lake Pontchartrain. So you're pretty much.
And you got the vampires. And
Oh,
the
you got the
voodoos
whole cult of them. Yeah, they're down there. Yeah, there's a whole all the vampire wannabes. Yeah.
Yeah.
It seems to be kind of fizzling out a little bit now since the
Zombies.
yeah, now it's zombies. Yeah, you're right about that. Yeah, zombies are the new thing now. The vampire cult seems to be, they're still there, but it seems like that's kind of fizzling a bit. But now the thing is zombies.
Yes.
Everybody's getting ready for the zombie apocalypse. And I don't like zombies. I like the old zombies, like from old movies,
Yeah.
because they moved real slow. I could be like 3 blocks away and say, come on, zombie, come and get me. Now the zombies in the movies, now they run and they're fast. I'm like, forget this. They could catch me. So I don't like the new zombies.
They can teleport too. I mean, they can be here and then over
I
there.
know. I don't like what they're doing. The zombies are modernized.
They'll
I
be
don't like them.
driving.
Yeah, she was. You couldn't hear Donna, but she says the zombies now are teleported. They can like push themselves from place to place, and that. So they have special powers now too. So
Any zombies in Norwich?
not that I'm aware of, unless we have a couple hanging out here tonight. I don't know.
Later tonight at Edelweiss.
You never know. Yeah, there might have been a couple of them over there. Yeah. We had a pretty nice turnout for that. We had about, what was there, about 15, 20, and there were some more people coming in late too. So yes, they had pretty good people. So they should raise a little bit of cash for the radio station here, which is a good thing. Always happy to do that stuff for a worthy cause. That's for the high school that runs the station. This show will be broadcast tomorrow morning at 10:30 at Jack FM. 10:30 or 10? 10:30 tomorrow.
Everybody.
Jack FM 89.7, that's when it'll be broadcast. You probably, depending where you're at, you may or may not be able to pick it up because they go pretty far, but not really, really far. So like if you're in Orland Park or something, you won't get it. But then also, too, in a couple of days, our producer, John Chikanda, posts the shows up on YouTube and also on the Windy City Network. You can go up on www.windycityhometown, that's all one word, Windy City Hometown all together, and then .com, and you can pick the shows up there so you can listen to them. Or go to Facebook right now, and you can watch it on Facebook. And then Julia, she'll be posting the thing all over the place on Facebook, too, so you'll be able to see us as well as hear us. So we'll be all over the place. I got my hair done special for the occasion today because
It looks really
I
nice.
knew he was going to be filming it. Yeah, so the hair that's there, what's left of it, yeah. So who didn't we hear from yet? We heard a little bit from you about the cards. Trouble Renee. Hi.
Hi.
What's going on with you?
Just hanging out with all you.
Well, anyway,
Great
now let's get
people.
on to him over here. Marty, what's going on? Anything going on now? What is your part in all of this with the Spiritualist Church? Are you a student there? or-
I'm a student of Mahela.
You're a student of Mahela.
Yes.
So Mahela has a student following over there, right? You do have the classes now, too,
Yeah.
don't you still?
I have
Actually-
2 of them now.
Actually, this is the class.
This is my Monday night class.
And there's another
And then
night?
I have a Sunday night class.
Oh.
This is a closed class. We have a public class now. It's called The Essence of Spirituality, and I also Skype that class. And
Okay.
it's from 7 to 9 or 7 to 8:30 on Sunday night, and we talk about all kinds of different subjects. The theory on that is that we have gone beyond believing. It's like, Mahela, I'm tired of believing my grandmother is here. I want to know. I want to do it myself. And so that class is designed to help you learn how to clear your vessels so you can do these things yourself.
Okay.
And that's what we do. And it's from 7 to 8:30 our time. I Skype it, and as long as you can tune in,
Okay.
it's a $10 donation to the church.
Okay.
And at the end, what I do is I do one question. I do a mini reading for everybody, and I do one question.
Okay, so you get the class, you get the thing, and now the class is a 2-hour session, and then how long does this go until you're, or you just go on until you feel like you're ready to leave, or you just can keep continuing
I
on?
like,
or?
because it's a Sunday night, I like to keep it from 7 to 8:30 and everybody out the door
that
by
time,
9.
That time frame I got, but I meant like weeks, months,
Oh,
how long
for-
is it?
no,
Just whenever, huh?
we-
Like room 222.
Yeah.
Nobody
What
graduates.
What happens is that
Do you think anybody
you
still
can't-
remembers that show?
You can't learn spirituality in a workshop, and you can't learn it in 6 weeks. It is an ongoing growth within you.
I didn't think you
And-
learned that. I thought you either had it or you didn't.
everybody has it.
Just to a degree, and you develop it.
Well, you have to learn how to work with it.
Gotcha,
And
okay.
it's a lifetime. It's all about yourself.
Okay.
It's all about turning inward. And so I don't have limits on my class.
Okay.
It's weekly.
And the Sunday class is open, so anybody can show up for
Anybody
that one.
can come to
And you
that
don't need to
class.
do the online $10 fee for this or anything. You just show up and pay the 10 at the door.
Right,
Okay,
right. If
can do
you
that.
want to Skype, it's PayPal. All the instructions
Okay.
are there.
And this class, the Monday night class, is closed. You've got a full boat for this one, so this is
That's
closed.
why we opened up the
Sure, because you had a
Sunday
bigger
night.
demand for it. Yeah, okay.
Had a
makes
demand,
sense.
and
Makes sense to me. Yeah.
and I kept cramming people in, and my class was complaining, and I tried.
That's because we're special.
And I tried to Skype that class, and it didn't work out as well as I would have liked. But now this one, the Sunday night class, we do it in the chapel. We Skype it, and it works out well.
Now, when you teach a class like this, or I don't know how we want to say, develop a class like this or whatever like that. Okay, you've got some people that are coming this week, and then maybe you'll get some new members in 2 weeks, or maybe you'll get some new members in 3 weeks after that. So how does this work? Like every week is a different session? I mean, the people
Every
that are
week-
the people that are showing up 3 weeks later, are they going to be lost from what happened to the people that were there?
Every week is something different.
Okay.
And this past week we talked about synchronicity. I showed videos. We had some Abraham Hicks videos that I showed. There's always a pass out.
Who's Abraham Hicks?
Abraham Hicks. Actually, it's
Hicks or Hicks?
Hicks.
Hicks.
H-I-C-K-S.
Okay.
Renee, this is your specialty.
Go ahead,
Let's
Renee.
talk about
Who's
it.
Abraham
Actually,
Hicks?
it's Esther and Jerry Hicks are a married couple, although he's deceased now, and she channels a group of people who she calls Abraham, who have passed over.
Okay.
And it's very progressive, law of attraction, power of positive thinking. Very, very excellent to help you through anything in your life, any avenue that you need some clarity on.
Okay, I had to ask because I wasn't aware of who that was. So, see, I learned something from these shows too. So,
So
Thank
we
you.
do videos. We do videos in our class. We have class night where we do things. Next week we're going to do Encaustic Art. Hopefully, I've ordered the art kit.
Encaustic Art.
Right, it's something I think it's kind of new. I could be wrong
You started
about
explaining it because you knew I was going to ask, right?
Yeah. It's where you use wax and you heat the wax up and then you put it on picture paper, usually with an iron, something warm.
Okay.
And then you rub it, you make swirls, whatever you want, and then you let the wax dry and you read the artwork. And generally you'll have faces, maybe you'll have an animal. And I think it's
These things come up randomly, or people intentionally put these?
they come up
pictures in?
randomly.
Okay.
And so we're going to try it out on the class.
Something new. I never heard of this one
Yeah,
either.
we're going to try it out on the class.
I'm learning a
next
lot of stuff
week.
tonight.
Next week, if it comes in, we'll try it out on the class next week. And if the class likes it, class is my guinea pig. They get all the new stuff first.
Okay.
And if they like it, then we're going to
The Monday night
Michigan.
class or the Sunday night class?
Both classes.
Okay, they both get it.
They both get it. They both get
Now,
treated
you
the
guys
same.
have done this before too, or no? Nobody's
No,
done this.
No,
This is
this is
all-
brand new.
This is all
This is
brand new.
entirely new. How'd you find out about this?
Well, I was in California this past week.
that explains
and
it.
working
Everything
in
comes from California and works its way over here. So,
I was working in California, and a little gal named Audrey was doing it. While I was doing readings, she was entertaining all the people, and she was entertaining them with this acoustic art. And I thought, well, they were having a good time. It was nice. They were having fun. And, I mean, I was reading for hours, and they needed to be entertained because they did a seance afterwards. And they all stuck around. So this is how they entertained them.
okay, makes sense to
And
me. Yeah.
everybody seemed to like it. They got to take a picture home. And I'm thinking that if this works out as well for the class, that I'm going to Michigan, Donna, and I'll be in Michigan on the 9th, 10th, 11th, and 12th. And we're going to I'm doing workshops and readings and different things. And I thought that I might take it up there and
okay.
introduce it to the Michigan.
Bring it into the Midwest market here, huh?
Yeah. Well, why
Okay.
not?
Yeah, why not? Hey, what the
Yeah.
heck? Yeah.
So that's what that's what we're doing next week. folks.
See, there's always new developments and
And-
things. New development in spirituality
And
here.
if that doesn't come in, 1 week we're doing that, and the next week I have a series of tombstones,
Okay.
and we're going to learn about why, the symbolisms of
Okay.
them. And
You mean like pepperoni and sausage?
you
and,
got
okay,
it. You
all
got
right.
it. You got
Okay.
it. That's about right. So, I am doing a workshop actually in Michigan.
So, series
for
of
that.
tombstones and symbolism on the stones? What sort of symbolism would be on the stones? I mean, outside of the normal headstone decorations and name and birth and death.
Back
and
in the
that type of
olden
stuff.
days,
Very fancy, yeah.
Back in the olden days, many people were illiterate, so they drew pictures. So I've got a picture of a stone where a man he was a fireman, and underneath the wheel of the fire cart, he's under there, and that's how he died.
Okay.
And they do genealogy, and there's just all kinds of things you can learn. The difference between cemeteries and graveyards and memorials.
Oh, yeah.
There-
Cemeteries are fascinating places.
yeah.
And the older the cemetery, the better. I love the cemetery architecture with the stones and that type of stuff, especially some of the small private mausoleums, that kind of stuff like that. You don't see that anymore. Yeah, you just don't.
And Christians traditionally are buried from east to west because Christ will come in the east and they'll be able to rise up.
Okay.
But the Chinese people are buried so that when they rise up, they will be facing their country. According to their folklore.
See, everybody's different. Yeah, different burial customs for different folks. Yeah. Yeah.
So those are some of the things that are going on in the next couple
Chinese,
of
if I'm not
weeks.
mistaken, I think their mourning color is white.
That is correct.
Yeah. Where for us, we use white for, baptisms and weddings. That's joyous things. But in China, it's a mourning color. I guess because you leave this world, you go into a world of black and white. I don't know if they believe the same as Muslims do, but I know in the Muslim faith, when you leave this world, you go to a world of black and white. So that's why they're buried in a white shroud also, too. So the world you go into has no color in it. I don't know if that's the same thing with Chinese. I'm not certain if that's the same with them.
Well, I don't know much about that.
Yeah.
So you learned something. So I've learned something.
Yeah, well, I learned, what I knew, which wasn't all that much. I was just kind of questioning it myself, yeah.
So that's what we're up to for the
Cool.
next couple of weeks in the
So you got some
classes
interesting
at the
stuff going on
church,
there,
and we're
okay.
traveling. We're traveling to Michigan in 2 weeks. I just got back from California. It was Terry Spitalny, and her family, and we did a lot of work while we were there.
Cool, okay.
And
So you learn new things, and you bring them out here and try them out and that kind of stuff like that. You share them with your students and stuff, so that's great.
that's what we're doing.
Good,
That's what
okay.
we're doing.
I might have to show up at one of these classes and see how this works. I'd like to come for the wax picture thing to see how that works out.
If
yeah.
that comes in this week, we will be doing
Yeah.
it
You're more than
Monday
welcome
night.
to come
Yeah,
anytime, Bob.
What's
Monday
that?
night.
You're welcome to come anytime, Bob.
Oh, thank you. Okay, Julia's just invited me to your class anytime I want.
Yeah, they do that. That's how it got so big. They do that.
Bring a friend. Come and bring a friend. Yeah.
That's what they do, and then they complain. This is too big. my
Okay,
God."
well, you know what, Dr.
Say it's out
Bacon.
here.
Is it Dr. Bacon or Reverend Bacon? I never know how to address you.
I just prefer to be called Mahala Bacon.
Okay, Mahala,
But
all right.
but I have my credentials.
Okay.
you know.
And which are they? Reverend or doctor?
Both.
Ah, so you're a doctor and a reverend.
I am.
Okay.
I'm
Cool,
both.
okay. Doctor of
Theology.
theology. Okay, so theologian, religious. Okay, cool, okay. See, I have to ask these things because I didn't know, and I've known you for a while here. You've been coming on the show now for a couple of years.
3
So
years. It's
there,
third,
there you go.
third
See,
year.
she knows it. 3 years she's been here. So, yeah. Never thought to ask for credentials, see?
She's got her paper.
How about anybody else? We know what she's up to here. She gave us a lot of info. Anybody up to anything new? What about yourself there, Carol? Nothing?
Not much.
Just hang out with the class and kind of
Just
go
hang
with
out
the
with the
flow.
class,
That's
learn.
it.
Talk about your cards.
Well, yeah, I am.
She said a little bit with the card. Now you partner up with him with the cards, right?
Well, no, we do it separate.
Oh, okay.
Because the thing is that now, like Bill and I can read for the same person,
Okay.
but we'll have two totally different readings.
Oh, I'm certain. Yeah, that's how it would come out because everybody does them differently. So yeah.
So we may be using the same kind of cards, and it's the way you interpret it when the cards come up.
Now, if they show up Sunday, the card readings are included with the thing, and you can get the reading from.
No,
both.
that's
Or
on Saturday.
Saturday it is. I'm sorry, I made a mistake there. Saturday. Sunday's the class.
Chris
Correct.
also has a big slideshow on cemeteries.
Yeah, Chris also
Yeah.
has a.
Oh, you do cemeteries too? Okay, so that's
Yeah,
your specialty.
that's-
You like cemetery research,
Oh,
that
yeah.
kind of stuff like that.
Yeah,
What's your
that's-
favorite? What's your favorite cemetery? Like I'd say in the Chicago area, I got a couple of them. It's hard to pick any one, but
Yeah, it's kind of hard.
yeah.
I mean, kind of like Rose Hill,
Oh yeah.
Graceland,
Yeah.
Bohemian National.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
the other one up there.
John's shaking his head because he loves Rose Hill. Dave John he's got his own key to Rose Hill. They let him in there anytime he wants. Literally, he does. No, he does. I don't make these things up. He does every year, every September. He does the radio broadcast there from the Firemen's Memorial there at Rose Hill, and he gets in there about 4:00 in the morning. He goes in there by himself. He goes into Rose Hill.
You know what? It's the most peaceful place.
I know, but I wouldn't want like Mr. Sears' ghost to be chasing me or something when I'm in there. So
it's okay. Who cares? No, in fact, a friend and I, she's retired. I will be retiring, and that's one of the things we wanted to start is to kind of do start a business of touring cemeteries.
Sure, if they'll allow you to do it. It's kind of fun, especially the Catholic cemeteries, as you will know,
I know.
I'm sure. So you got to be a little careful with that. And, I said Catholic and not to come down on it, but they're just kind of fussy about that.
Right.
Yeah.
But it would be during the day, and it would be, talking more about the symbolism and things like that versus doing more of the paranormal.
Sure. And like the history, and which there's
Right.
so much history in the cemeteries, and like we were just talking about, cemetery architecture and stones and
Right,
all that.
because I've already taken groups to Graceland.
Mm-hmm.
Because there are so many of the movers and shakers of the early Chicago era there.
Rose Hill too. Same thing. You got
You're
a lot
right.
of the builders of the empire and very well known. I had a Hippok. I think the Titanic survivor she's in Rose Hill, I believe it is, not Graceland. She's a Titanic survivor that's buried. There's many people. We can go on and on and on. There's many people buried in Rose Hill and Graceland both. A lot of Chicago notables, international notables, really. A lot of people are buried in those cemeteries. Yeah.
There's our website, findagrave.com.
Yep. Yeah, you can look for that. Yeah. They'll even tell you where Rudolph Valentino was buried. He's not out here though. He's in California. Yeah.
David Hebben does a lot of work on what was it?
Find a grave.
Find a grave, yeah.
Yeah,
Mhm.
he does a lot of work
Anybody
on that,
in
and he's
particular looking for any
excellent.
celebrities or any
He's
notable
excellent
person?
at
Yeah.
it. So if somebody's looking for something, contact him on Facebook.
Is
There
it
you
like
go.
Mike Royko buried like right up here up the street?
At the Acadia
Yeah,
Cemetery here?
right,
Yeah,
yeah.
I think so, yeah. Mhm.
Yeah, that's a neat cemetery too.
Yeah, Acadia's neat.
So
yeah.
is Mount Elmwood.
Greenwood? Elmwood?
No, the one with emblem. Thank you. The one with the windmill.
Oh, yeah. They all have something to offer. Every cemetery.
Elmhurst.
Yeah, they all do.
Yeah, I think
Yeah, it's off of
Elmhurst, Granite County line.
it's right off of 290.
Yeah.
Now, Rose Hill Cemetery used to give you a tour there at the cemetery.
Right.
They would actually take you, if you brought a group through, they would take you and they would explain the graves to you and show you some of the notable graves and that kind of stuff. They talk to you about the mausoleum. They don't do them anymore. They don't. So you might be picking up there where they kind of vacated it. So
Yeah, and Bohemian National has really been trying very hard
Mhm.
the last few years to really start something.
To get tours going? Uh-huh.
Yeah, and they've had some during the usually out in the fall.
Okay. That's
And-
usually, people with this type of stuff, how that goes in the fall once it starts getting cool and Halloween starts rolling around in October. That's when people get interested in all this, which, okay, fine, if that's when you're interested in it. But it's nice to have it going on year round, so. Because I think there's an interest for this year round, not just 1 month
Oh
out of
yeah,
the year.
and the funny thing is that you kind of think you're the only one, and then you start
Tell me about
and
it.
then you start
I
talking.
found that out.
You mention it, and then it's like this one.
Yeah, yeah.
You get 10 people together real quick.
Oh, yeah. Uh-huh. Yeah, it's funny. You think, like you said, you think you're the only one that's interested in this, and you find out there's already people out there doing it, and there's clubs and societies, and you name it. They're all out there with it. So, yeah, I think you're onto a good idea there, and I wish luck with that. I hope it
So
takes off.
we'll
yeah.
try.
Yeah, give it a shot. That's all you can do, I think you'll be okay. Yeah, yeah. Anybody else got anything going on?
Bill, talk about your
Bill,
card.
what do you got going on?
I do the cards.
Okay.
And I like the cards. I've been with Mahala for 10 years now.
10 years. Wow.
Yeah,
Okay.
And it took me almost 10 years to to develop an idea that I could do the things that I'm doing.
Okay.
And I like I get good messages out of the angel cards. I don't like the tarot because it's a little rough and it's darker than you get pretty much the same message from the angel cards, but it's more benign and it's on a more gentle level. But you still get the same thing.
And tarot's not really like a cut and dry thing.
No,
it's a little bit of intuition. It's a little bit of what the cards are saying. It's kind of like a mix to read
Yeah.
tarot. My understanding of it, which is kind of basic. I don't have a real thorough understanding of tarot, but that's the way I kind of interpret it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
Nothing's written in stone.
Okay. Nice to agree with you. Yep, that was it. So you get good results with the angel cards.
Yeah, I got good results.
Okay. Now, angel cards can tell past, present, future,
Yes.
whatever, just kind of whatever direction it goes.
It's whatever you're interested in at that
Okay.
point. It's just kind of universal.
Right, and it's the same kind of layouts as the tarot cards.
Okay.
I can even go to my car and get it back.
Oh, break? Okay. Excuse me just 1 minute, folks. We are going to take a break here, and we'll be right back on. Stick with us, folks, and come back with us.
You're listening to Paranormal Radio with Bob Trzeciak from the John DeVita Broadcast Center on Jack FM 89.7 WRHS FM Norwich and the Windy City Hometown Entertainment Network on Thursday, March the 2nd, year 2017. And this is Jack FM 89.7 WRHS FM Norwich, Illinois. And now, friends, back to Paranormal Radio with Bob Trzeciak.
Thank you, John. Thanks. It's we're back on, folks. Just in case you just tuned in, you just joined us. We have Mahaley Bacon, Reverend Dr. Mahaley, Dr. Reverend, Doctor, whatever, however you want to be addressed. Mahala. We have Mahala Bacon
call
with
me
us.
Mahala.
Marty, Bill, Carol, Donna, and Trouble Renee, Chris, and then Julius is here. Donna's here. She's off to the side today. She doesn't. I don't know what's how she speaks, and she's got something to say. She'll join us. And then Julius Schwerzinger. I remembered it right. I didn't say Schwarzenegger. I usually call him Schwarzenegger, but it's Schwarzinger. And he's here filming us for Facebook there. So we got a full boat of folks here tonight. Let's see. Who did we not hear from yet? Marty.
Yes, I've been part of the church. I've been a student for 19 years.
19 years.
Yeah.
Geez. You should be
Longest
like
tenured.
a partner over there. So they should have a couple of bricks in that church, named after you or something.
Well,
with your name on them or something.
That's why I kind of
19 years. How long has the church been there? As a church?
We've been in Cicero since 75, but we've been a church since 1934.
Oh, geez. Okay, so it's a long time. Okay. But the location you're at, it's been since 75.
That's correct.
Okay. Oh, all right.
And we bought a funeral home. The Spiritualist Church bought a funeral home.
Well, that's the church.
That's
the church
correct.
was a former funeral home.
That's
yeah,
correct.
Okay. Yeah.
You've been there.
Oh, yeah. I was in there a couple of times. Once or twice, I think I've been over there by you. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm the longest tenured student. That's why I make the Room 222 reference. I've never graduated, but I started
You're just
out
a professional student.
just about. I always had a curiosity about spirituality, and then one day I was introduced to Mahala, and her and I had a discussion about different things, and then she invited me to class, and then I just never left. And
Okay. Now, when you joined the class 19 years ago, what was the fee? About $3 then, or $2, or?
yeah, I think it was $5.
It was
Yeah,
$5.
It was
yeah, I'm
$5,
sure.
yeah.
Yeah.
Still
Yeah,
fun.
and and it surprises me.
So it really
because-
hasn't gone out that much in 19
No.
years. It really hasn't. Yeah.
In this class, it hasn't gone up at all.
No, there you go. So.
Yeah, and what surprises me is like, okay, so I've been there going over 19 years, and I understand that the previous.
Are you
pastor-
still paying the $5, or do you?
None of us are on scholarship.
You never got your diploma either, did you?
No, I'm Bernie in room 222.
I'm sorry. Go ahead. I
Okay.
interrupted you there.
No, I didn't realize that the pastor before, Reverend Hilborn, he had a class, and Donna and Mahala were students of his.
Ah, okay.
And a lot of times he's been a fixture since the 40s. In that area, and he's and she has gotten some of his
You
notes.
scared me
and-
for a second there when you said he's a fixture. I thought, geez, did he got his mummified remains sitting in there someplace or something? Geez.
No, but but no, he had an actual class where
Sure.
and he has notes that've been preserved, and every now and every now and then that she brings out some of his notes, and we discuss some of the topics.
Now he
that
was Fisher?
Reverend Hilborn.
Hilborn. Hence the connection. Donna Hilborn
Right,
Fisher. Wow.
right.
Now how is the relation to you?
My uncle.
Oh, okay. It's
Yeah.
an uncle. All right.
Yeah.
And then
Oh.
he's my uncle-in-law.
Uncle and uncle-in-law. So you two are cousins?
We're
No.
in-laws, outlaws.
In-laws, outlaws.
Our kids married.
Yeah.
Got it. Okay. So you're relatives by marriage.
That's correct. That's correct.
What does it mean when they say once removed? I never understood that. When they say it's my cousin once removed, I never
Who
understood
knows?
what once removed means. How do you remove somebody once or twice removed? I never understood that term.
The class that these people are in.
Nobody else knows it either. She just went right around it.
The class that
Google
these
it.
folks
There
are.
you go.
Yeah, Google, Donna. The class that these folks are in started in the late 30s. And it's continued. We never stopped the class.
Okay.
Reverend Hilborn started the class, and he did a weekly class, and we do a weekly class. And
So it's classes, but it is actually a church, too. It's for Sunday worships.
right. We
Okay.
have Sunday service.
Yeah, okay. All right.
We have a Sunday
and
service.
services are open to anybody. Anybody
Right,
should
and
like
we
to
have-
see what's involved with a spiritualist church, you can show up and just join in. Yeah.
Exactly. And then we have a Spanish group.
Ah, okay.
You were in Cicero, so we have a huge Spanish population.
Oh, I imagine, yeah, because there's a lot of Hispanic and
So we have a
Cicero, yeah.
Spanish
Mhm.
group that also
Yeah.
out of our church,
They're not spiritualists.
but they're not spiritualists.
Okay.
And then we have downstairs in a basement. There's their basement. We have No Addict Need Ever Die, and that's for the people who are recovering from drug addictions.
Oh,
And we
nice.
have
Okay.
people. They have meetings every day. They have about 30 meetings a week.
Wow.
And they have people with clean time of 20, 30 years.
30 meetings a week they hold?
Yeah, and
Wow,
they-
7 days a week, so they're holding
There
how
are
many
lots
meetings
of
a day?
meetings. They
Yeah.
have lots of meetings.
Wow.
And then we have Snap It,
Okay.
and they're the ones that run the seances, and they do investigations of the church. And Julius is with Hands on Paranormal, and what he does is he teaches how to use the instruments and uses the church. And I think he's got a couple other places when it warms up he'll be able to use.
Boy, this place here, the doors don't get a chance to cool down, man. They're
No,
just constantly going
we're
there.
busy. We're busy.
Yeah, you are. You're a busy little
So
church there. Yeah.
he teaches how to use the instruments, and he uses the church.
Yeah.
So
That's a very active church. It's not a very big church either. So I'm surprised to hear all this. I didn't know all that much activity went on
Very
there.
active there.
That's good though. It's very commendable. Yeah, that's nice that you do all these different things, especially the drug addiction thing and all that. That's great. Yeah, because now, especially with so much funding being cut out of state funding for these programs and things like that, it's nice that these people know there's at least a place to go where they can get some kind of, if not exactly medical treatment, at least some sort of moral support and group support, that kind of thing like that. So that's
so
good.
they've got a good group down there. They
Yeah.
have like I said, they've got their key people have 20 and 30 years clean time. That's
They've been with
phenomenal.
us.
Yes,
That's
that is, yeah.
phenomenal.
How long?
That's great. Yeah.
They've been with us since 11, 12 years now.
Oh, wonderful.
Down. So
Good. When do the Boy Scouts and Girl Scouts meet over there too?
yeah, right.
She's
No.
got everything else. You might as well.
Back in the day, speaking of Boy Scouts, when it was a funeral home, it was Horace's funeral home, and Mr. Horace.
It was a. Oh, I thought you said something else. I thought you said it was a racist funeral home. I was going to say, gee, who did they not let in?
And Mr. Horace had model trains.
Oh.
And what he did was all through the basement, he had these trains running, and the Boy Scouts and the different organizations would come through.
When this
and
was a funeral home.
When this was a funeral home.
And this was all going on in the basement.
Right.
Where was the mortuary?
Down in
Down in the basement. They had to go by the
that's
bodies to
where-
get to the trains, huh?
Well, that's where
Jeez.
they embalm the bodies.
Yeah, of course.
And then we have an old crank elevator. We still
I've seen
have.
that. I remember seeing that. Yeah, I was
pulls
fascinated
up,
with that.
That
yeah.
would pull up the bodies and bring them into the chapel.
Yeah, unbelievable. Yeah, it's fascinating. Yeah, I'm sure it was a secluded area though. They had them, somewhere closed off.
Well, it's
You
the
know.
laundry room. It's our laundry room. and we have three apartments there. We have Bill lives in the back,
Okay.
and Donna lives on the east side, and I live on the west side.
Hey, what the heck?
So-
Make it a family operation here, huh? Yeah,
Yeah.
geez, that's nice. That's
So
wonderful. I didn't know that all that stuff went on. There's a little Methodist church, not too, because I live in Elsett, and there's a small Methodist church right across the street, like from where I live. And they've been trying to they do have a Girl Scouts that meet there like once a month or so. They have their meetings there. They've been trying to find a Boy Scout troop, and they'll offer it free. I mean, if anybody wants to come and just meet there, because they say it's a great way to just get the kids into the church, and just have their meetings there and that, and free. They can't find a Boy Scout troop. They can't get a troop that wants to come there. I would think they would jump at the chance to find a hall for free, but no, they're just having a hard time with it.
Bill,
Yeah.
talk about your pantry. Bill has a pantry.
Food pantry.
No,
No,
it's
not food. It's dry goods, is what it is.
Okay.
And we never
Talk
know,
into the mic, Bill. We can.
we never know
There you
what we're
go.
going to get. at all. We get furniture sometimes. We get a lot of T-shirts. We get
Stuff for the needy, this kind of
office
stuff. Okay.
supplies.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and we have several groups that we're particular with. They'll pick up a lot of stuff. We have
Okay.
one she comes in and she has a women's organization. She has homeless shelters. She has youth shelters, and so we give her a lot of stuff.
Good. Okay.
Yeah.
So you take. Now, how does it work? Do you take donations? People drop things off at the church there.
Yeah,
and
we have a place that actually provides us with it. It's,
World Vision.
World Vision. Yeah, World Vision.
Oh, okay.
You know, and we pay every year, and we join World Vision, and then we're able to help distribute the things that they get.
Oh, how nice. Yeah. Okay.
And Bill's in charge of that.
Yeah, we pick it
And
up.
how do people find out about this? That you do this there? I mean, I wouldn't know
we
this unless
we don't have we have certain people, leaders, like
Okay.
the leader of the Spanish church, the leader of NA.
Got it. Okay, and then
the
they
leader
kind of bring people in or whatever, and
Yeah.
whatever. is
Well, they
needed.
take what they need.
Okay,
You
I
know,
get
the
it.
leaders go in and decide what they want and they need, and they take it, they sign it out, because we have a procedure we have to give back to World Vision.
Okay.
And then we have an outlet on the north side, Reverend Potter,
Yeah.
and she's affiliated with a homeless shelter, a woman's shelter, women and
Children.
shelter. She's got several places. She does a homeless ministry also,
Yeah.
or she's at least affiliated with one.
Okay. Wow.
So
So there's a lot more to this place than it just
Yeah.
being an old closed-down funeral parlor. I tell you that.
Exactly,
You got a
exactly.
lot of stuff going on there, and it's all wonderful stuff too. All worthwhile things. That's fantastic. Yeah.
and then Donna and I travel to Michigan quite a bit. We do work there. I travel to California a lot and do work there. And we've been to Arizona. So, we do a lot of work
get
around
around,
the
yeah.
country. Yeah.
Yeah. Good.
Yeah.
And then also too, you bring other ideas in, and you you bring stuff there to them and offer things to them, and then you get ideas
Right,
from
like
them
the
and come back.
the
So it's the
Brought the
Encaustic
warm weather
Art.
back.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's nice. Yeah,
So it works out well for us.
it sure does. It seems to be. I wasn't aware that you did all these things, so it's nice to hear. Yeah. Great to
So
know,
are you
yeah.
coming for the Encaustic Arts?
I would like to. That's this Sunday now at.
Well, Monday night would be the best time for you to come.
so not well. Of course, not this Monday. It would be next week Monday.
If I get the things in this week, which I think I will, it'll be Monday night. If I don't, it'll be a week from Monday.
Okay,
You
well,
want me to let you know?
I was gonna say, do it on my. Give me a message on Facebook there.
I
Let
will
me know,
do
and
that.
I'll show up at the door either next week or the week after.
I will let you.
I'd like
know.
to see that. Something I'd be interested in, just to see how that operates, how that works. Yeah, always interested in new things. Hey, keep an open mind. That's what I say.
That's a good
Yeah,
idea.
nothing's gonna fall out.
Absolutely not. Yeah, keep an open mind. Yeah, there's no hinges, so it doesn't. Once it's in there, it stays. Some of it's on the back burner, but it's in there, it stays in there. So yeah. Okay, now are you guys all now? Everybody that joins the church, do you have to get involved in these different things, or no? If they choose not to, they don't.
No.
We don't care.
Everybody does their own thing, so you do different. Yeah.
Right. They can be who they are and
Yeah.
do what they want. And
Or just show up for services, and that's it. You're happy with
well,
that, or
they don't have to show up for service.
Oh.
They show up for their class.
now how do you actually become? Do you have actual members of the church?
We do.
Okay.
We do have members of the church, but most of our people are members of other churches. They use us for their spiritual growth because we teach a lot of spirituality
So they're sort of
rather
like-
than religious dogma.
Like dual memberships sort of type thing. They go to
Kind
one
of,
church and then
yeah.
they come here for other things, for
Yeah.
other needs.
Yeah, there's
Okay.
no conflict with
But
us.
spiritualism is a recognized religion. Make no bones about that. It is.
Spiritualism actually is not recognized in the
It
state
is
of
not
Illinois.
recognized. Ah.
Not in Illinois.
So you miss out on all
That's
those
why
tax credits
we.
and
That's,
tax exemptions. and all
no,
that.
well, we don't because we're the evangelical spiritual church.
Aha! See, there's always a loophole.
Yeah, we don't. But that's why.
That's where she finds these loopholes out in California. They know how to work these things.
That was in 34.
So it's an evangelical church, evangelical/spiritual.
Evangelical Spiritual Church.
Got
That's
it.
our
If it
name.
wa- if it was
and
strictly
we
spiritual,
operate,
that's it.
We
You're
operate
nothing.
under the United Spiritual Council of Nations.
Got it. Okay.
And Donna and I created that 501c3.
Ah, okay. How many members are in that besides yourselves?
Oh, I don't know. I don't know offhand.
Okay. All right. Doesn't matter as long as it works, and it's
Yeah.
there. So yeah. Okay. Yeah. Good.
So that's what we do.
Aha, I see.
That's
So
how-
spiritualism is not recognized.
Not in Illinois.
Not in
In
Illinois.
Illinois.
Other states it is.
Now there's other
funny how
spiritualist.
laws
Now
can vary
there's
state to state,
other
isn't it? Yeah.
spiritualist churches in Illinois, but they are blanketed by like the Independent Spiritualist Association through Michigan. That's who we do a lot of work for,
Okay.
and we also belong to them.
Okay.
Or the National, but just for a spiritualism church or a spiritualism organization here in Illinois, we do not have any. There's 9 spiritualist churches in Illinois, and all are blanketed by other states.
Ah, okay. I see how that works.
So
All
you're
right.
allowed to have a spiritualist church here.
But you're just
and
not
that-
recognized. You don't get any of the benefits
Well,
or perks from the state.
the spiritualist church is recognized here, but you have to be blanketed by an organization.
I get it. Okay,
somewhere
okay.
else.
So you got to be tied in with somebody else to.
Right,
All
right.
All right, makes the sense.
You know,
so,
we
yeah.
have our own papers for our own church. You know,
So, you said there were 9 spiritualist churches.
there's 9, as to my knowledge, there's 9 spiritualist
Okay.
churches, and Cherry Valley is a spiritualist camp that's under National.
Okay.
I don't know if there's another.
A spiritualist camp. Now, I would imagine a camp would pretty much do the same activities that a church does.
Yeah, they offer the
Outside of
overnight.
having,
Yeah,
I
they
was gonna say
it's
outside
in
of the
the
campfire
woods,
and
and they offer
roasting the marshmallows around the fire. I mean,
Yeah.
everything else would kind of be the
right.
same.
They offer readings and they offer all
Okay.
of that. So
be pretty similar. Yeah, I would imagine so.
yeah, I've had students that's
Okay.
gone there. It's near Rockford.
Okay. But you would be out and you'd be more in tune with nature as opposed to being inside a building type thing.
Exactly,
So, okay.
exactly.
So if that's more your thing, or maybe you feel it's more beneficial to you, you go for the camp.
Like Camp Chesterfield. Have you been there in Indiana?
You have no idea.
Indiana
No.
has Camp Chesterfield, and that's the Indiana State Spiritualist.
Okay.
That's who they're a part of.
Now, is it recognized in Indiana?
Obviously, they've got a spiritualist camp.
Yeah, so,
You
yeah.
know?
But they got one in Illinois, don't they?
No, that's under the National.
Ah, but it
Cherry,
is in Illinois, but it's under a different name.
It's Cherry.
Association.
The association that sponsors it is National, which is out in New York, Lilydale.
Okay. Oh, Lilydale. Oh, my gosh. You got to talk to my friend Charlie Johnson. He's after me every year to go with him to Lilydale. He loves Lilydale.
You might like it. They're closing a lot of the. I understand this. I don't know how factual this
He's
is.
been after me for
but
5
they're
or 6 years to
closing
go with
some
him.
of their components down, and I understand it's kind of a really neat place.
Yeah,
Yeah, you
he
should go
loves it.
before closes.
Yeah, he just rants about it every year he goes there. He just really loves it. Yeah, he's always after me to go with him there to that. So Charlie, if you're listening to the broadcast, your name came up on Paranormal Radio for. I've been trying to get him to come on the show and talk about it too, about Lily, because he has some wonderful experiences down there. He just loves it. Yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot of nice experiences
Yeah.
that happen when you get together with mediums.
Now that's probably got to be one of the older.
That's the original.
I would imagine so. Yeah.
For America. Now, over in England, over in the UK, they've been doing this for many, many years before us. But that's the original, and that's the one that had the Fox sisters and
Yeah.
that modernized spiritualism for
Mhm,
us.
Yeah. Many famous people went to Lilydale too.
Absolutely.
A lot of famous people, a lot of celebrities, and a lot of people, and probably still do go. Yeah. It gets very crowded there over the summer months, though. They say it's just like really phenomenal how crowded it gets, and then it kind of empties out the rest of the year, of course, when tourist season's over. But like anything else, I suppose,
Yeah, it's a great place.
just like Wisconsin Dells, but it wouldn't have quite the same effect on you, I don't think. The spiritual, that's it. There's my angle. The spiritual dells of the Wisconsin River.
There
I
you
like
go.
it.
That's good.
There it
That's
is. That's
good.
it. I found my angle now. You got the cemetery tours. I got the spiritual tours of the Wisconsin River. Aha.
There you go.
See?
There you go. You're in.
That's it.
You're in.
Yep. I'm bringing back the Winnebago Indians now. That's it. Yeah.
They're
They sort of
busy with the
disappeared.
casinos.
Yeah, no, the Winnebagos are gone. Last time I was up in the Dells area, I asked them, I says, whatever happened to the Winnebagos? You don't hear anything about them. They said, oh, they're no more. I what do you mean they're no more? They said, no, they're incorporated into the Ho Chunk Nation now. And they're part of that. They're not separate anymore.
Well, that's what's happening with a lot of the tribes.
Yeah, they're kind of melding together. They're
Well,
kind of...
they're pulling together
Yeah.
because there's
Mhm.
strength in numbers.
Yeah, of course. Sure, yeah. They're getting ready to take revenge on Custer's last stand again, so. Well, no, actually, they won that one. Yeah. What did they lose? Wounded knee, I think, wasn't it?
Everything else.
Everything else.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, just about everything else. Yeah, the poor Indians, they really got the, jeez.
They're still
That's what,
getting it.
like the people say, like you just mentioned the casinos and that, I says, the poor Indians, some people like, they don't pay taxes on the casinos and that. I says, don't begrudge the Indians anything. I says, they got the short end of the stick out of everything in this country for many, many years. I said, if you ask me, they got that coming plus.
From
I
the
says,
start.
they owe that. Yeah. I says, geez, right from the get-go, the poor Indians really got the short end of the stick. They really shoved them all over the place, yeah. And then they wanted anything, they just took it and said, okay, bye, get out of here, Yeah, what a shame, yeah.
Gave them the worst land to live on.
And now you talk about a spiritualist people. Indians are extremely spiritualist. Very,
They're-
very much so.
They're very spiritual people.
Oh, yeah.
Extremely spiritual people.
Mhm.
And the shaman,
Mm-hmm.
people just think, well, they do a funny dance or something
No, no.
for rain. But what they do is they go to their sacred place.
Mm-hmm.
And the shaman actually sits there and he can feel the rain, he can smell the rain, he can taste the rain, he puts his feet in the rain. That's how strongly he invokes his senses to be able to have rain when they have a drought. And then he leaves and he goes out and they do their rain dances and they do, their celebration.
So see, there's something to it. It's not just a comedic thing that we kind of, poke a lot of fun at.
Absolutely
Yeah. Mhm.
not.
Yeah.
They have they're very sacred people. They understand things that,
Oh my
that
goodness, yes.
we
there's
blew
so much,
off.
So much more in tune with nature and things. Oh yeah, yeah. By
And I
large,
think
yeah.
one of the reasons we blew it off is because, they wear feathers or they maybe put paint on their face.
They weren't civilized.
But the truth, yeah.
Yeah.
That was greed.
And way back when, and I posted it on Facebook before.
Now, of course,
but
we realized
the
I was being
smoke signals-
sarcastic about that.
The smoke signals actually were signals to signal other tribes that certain smoke signals were, dangerous.
Oh, is that what that
coming.
was?
Yeah.
Well, I thought it meant
There was communication.
I thought it meant I'll meet you in front of the teepee at 8
Well,
o'clock.
it was it's all communication.
Yeah.
So they really had, they had communication with their smoke signals, and they.
Well, make no bones about it. They're very intelligent, very spiritual people. No question about it.
Bad
Far,
at business.
huh?
Bad at business.
I don't know about that. Those casinos are making an awful lot of money.
Most
So I think
Native
they're-
Americans don't benefit from the
I
casinos.
think they're doing. No, they don't.
No,
no,
they
really.
don't. No.
Well, who does? If the tribe owns it, and the tribal council makes the rules and everything, who does?
Most Native Americans that live on reservations are very, very poor. They're some of the poorest people in America.
Yeah, that is true about that. But so who's getting the revenue from the casinos? Because I thought they were like tax exempt and everything.
The same way things work in Illinois.
Well, we got to
Doesn't
know
necessarily trickle down.
Yeah.
He does it.
That's a shame. See, that I didn't know. I thought that was doing good for them, good for the tribe.
That's
kind of
what
thing.
everyone's supposed to think, but that's
Yeah.
not actually the way that it works.
Oh, okay. So everything is political, even with them. Ah, okay. Say no more about that. Yeah. That's a shame. See, I just had a misconception about that. I'll have to think twice about going to those casinos and putting that $20 bill in that slot machine.
There you go.
Not that I go all that often anyway. Trust me, if they had to count on my revenue to survive, they'd be closed a long time ago.
There you go.
I'm just not a gambling person by nature. Yeah.
Well, how about anybody else? They got something to say about what's going on?
Geez, that was.
I'm looking. I'm sorry, Marty. Go ahead.
I've been to Ho Chunk.
Oh yeah, me too. Yeah, Ho Chunk, and then I go to. There's one I used to go. I've been going every year, but then lately they've been canceling the trip to Meskwaki in Iowa, which is another Indian casino there too. And that one there, they tell you their whole story about the Meskwaki tribe and everything, how they owned all the land in Iowa, and then there again, the government kind of pushed them off it, sent them out west. They managed to walk back, came back there. They got an Indian agent, somebody to represent them in Washington, act as their agent. They bought the land back, paying 10 times more per acre than they were charging white settlers for. Bought the land back and then lived there and made a go of it and put the casino up and that. And I says, good for them. I give them credit. But now I find this out that they're not benefiting from the money.
Not all of them.
Yeah,
Not all
yeah,
of them.
yeah,
Yeah, it's not everyone.
It's about licensing.
yeah. There was a story about a little, well, not a little. It was actually up in Vermont somewhere, before actually Vermont became a state, part of the United States, and they had made a treaty with the government where they actually leased the town. There was like a town, and they leased the land, like sort of like Hawaii, like we have like a 99-year lease type thing, and they were doing this, and then all of a sudden the lease went up, and they told everybody, well, that's it, we're not renewing the lease, everybody go, bye. And he said, what do you mean, go? He said, yeah, that's it, we're not renewing the leases, we want the land back. So that's it, everybody's out of here, And it was like a big thing, because people said, well, gosh, we've had a house here for 60 years, now all of a sudden nothing. He said, yeah, that's it, ha. Came back to you, didn't it, Yeah. So I don't know how it ever turned out, but...
The government takes Indian children from their families.
And does what with them?
And they bring them into...
Educate them.
And they educate them because they want to get rid of the Indian languages. So
Really?
Yes.
I thought they were going through a lot of things to preserve their languages and their culture and all that.
That's a struggle. It's a constant struggle.
I imagine with the young people, too, because maybe a lot of the young people themselves don't want to go in for that now, Just like young people everywhere kind of rebel against the system. It's kind of normal. It goes with the...
is an American Indian, and he was taken from his family.
Now, when you say taken from their family, they literally just take them away? And
Yeah.
wow, I didn't know they could do that.
They do it.
Because they're wards of the country. They're not. Supposedly we take care of them.
The Indians are wards
Boy,
of
did we
the...
take care of them.
They're wards. They're not. They're not really considered.
It's kind of a gray area.
It is. They're not exact. They're not settlers. They're not. We just steal from them.
Well, they're citizens still, right? I mean...
Sometimes.
No, not all of them.
I imagine they would be citizens if they're born
Well,
here. and
maybe
they're
they'll be
here
sent somewhere if they're not citizens.
Put a wall around.
Build a wall around Alaska or something. I don't know. Whatever. Geez, I'm finding things out now that I did not know. Gee, it's a shame. I hope none of this is true. I mean,
No, it is true.
Geez, my goodness.
Yeah, he
Wow.
told us he'd run away and they'd go get him.
My goodness. Just and send them to school and that type of thing, or what?
He would run away. What would happen was he would run away and go home to his mom, and then they'd come back and get him, and finally they threatened his mother.
Jeez, Louise.
And so he stayed in, he stayed in school once they threatened
wherever
his
you have to
mother.
go, you did what they told you, I guess, when they do it forcefully, yeah.
I think he could go home on breaks and stuff, but not at night. He could go home
It was
maybe.
in boarding school.
Yeah, it
They
was
sent him
like
to
a
boarding schools.
Now, is this years back, or is this fairly recent?
Well,
or-
this was years back
I
that,
just
that
read
we're
where
talking
it's-
about.
It's continuing in some areas.
Wow. Gee, it's a shame. I didn't know that. I thought their culture was... I thought more so now than ever. They were preserving their culture and very concerned with that. And
They are. They're
Yeah.
working very hard.
yeah. I would hope so. You don't want to see anybody lose their identity. You don't want them to...
Well, that was the point of it.
Yeah. They didn't want them to be Indian. They want them to
No.
be Americanized, so to speak,
Assimilate.
whatever you want to... whatever that is, yeah. Oh. That's a shame. Well, good Lord. Well, let's shift this back into the paranormal and talk back about something more cheerful. Jeez, I got kind of depressed with that. Lord, have mercy. Yeah. Wow. Okay, so it's getting about time for us to wrap anyway. The hour's just about over here. So, to give the recap here, thank you all for coming on. Mihaela, Marty, Bill, Carol, Donna, Renee, Chris, Julius, thanks for filming everything on Facebook here.
Yep.
You could probably see my face go from that to that when we were talking about that. So went from happy to sad there. And just to put a few plugs in for you, this Saturday, the 4th, is the seance. Is the...
At 5 o'clock, the doors open for the gallery readings, for the palm readings, for the card readings, for the crystal healing. Julius will have his spirit box.
Whatever
That's
it
all
is,
for
yeah.
$10, and seance is an extra cost later on that evening, and then they have an investigation. I believe that is $10.
And then after that, they do dental work, so you can come and get a set of false teeth made over there, too. They do just about everything else there, too. So, yes, you got all that going on. The class, the closed class is Monday night, so we can't announce that. The new class on Sunday nights, that's kind of the walk-in one here. You can still walk into that. And then the new thing with the wax healing or the wax impression.
Caustic.
That'll be
Encaustic.
starting either this week or next week, so I'm going to kind of check that one out. I got to make a note about that. Caustic.
E-E-E-N.
And
Caustic.
Caustich.
Jeez, whatever. I'll know what it is.
Probably
Okay.
wax.
Yeah, wax.
So
Wax
we're kind of, and to put
You're
a plug
branching
in,
out there,
Yeah.
huh? Okay. So check out some of these things. I was there for a seance once. If you've never been to a seance, it might be something, maybe for no other reason other than maybe just a curiosity to see what an actual seance is, it's kind of worth showing up just to see it one time if you'd like to. It's very different from what your impression of what a seance is if you've never experienced a real seance. From what you've seen on TV and the movies and that kind of stuff like that, it's a very different thing. So you'd be kind of surprised at what an actual seance is. So it might be something you want to check out at least maybe once or twice just to see what's involved with it. And maybe you get involved in spiritualism yourself too. Sometimes you just walk in on a thing like that and it opens up a whole new world and a whole new door for you. So yeah. Well, thank you all for coming back again. I like this. So once a year, keep coming back. As long as you guys have that class on Monday night, once a year, show up here. You're always welcome. Gosh, it's always a learning experience for me, too. I always learn something new from you guys, and it's nice seeing all your happy faces. Carol, thank you.
Thank you.
Chris.
I had the name down there, but I had to look. Chris, like I said, I remember her with the hair, so her I don't forget. Mihaela, I know her. Donna, thank you. Marty. Bill. Renee, Trouble, yeah. Thank you all for coming on. Anybody have any closing, anything to say in close here before we...
Namaste.
Thanks for having us.
You're very welcome. Come back anytime you guys want. Yeah, you're welcome to come back on anytime you'd like. Yeah.
This is fun. Marty started on me last month. Have you talked to Bob? When are we going? Or have you talked to Bob? When are we going?
Yeah, just send me the message there. We'll work you in there whenever is good for you. Yeah, we'll get you in there. There, Julius is filming everything there. Julius, you got anything to say?
Oh, no.
That's it. That's it. Nothing for Julius. He's quiet. Last month he had a lot to say. Today he's quiet. He's just doing his job. He's filming there. Okay, we are going to wrap. John DeVita, sir, thank you so much for allowing me to do these shows. They're always a joy to do. Like I said, this will air tomorrow at 10:30 in the morning on our sister station there, Jack FM 89.7. Look for us also on YouTube. In a couple of days, the shows will be thrown up there. The way you do that on YouTube, people say, how do you get it on YouTube? You say YouTube, but you never tell us how to do it. Go up YouTube, punch up Paranormal Radio. And if you do that, you're going to get 15 million shows that are called Paranormal Radio, because this is not an original name. But if you punch up Paranormal Radio and put my last name in after it, Bob, Trzeciak, the shows will come up. They'll all come up, and you'll see our logo on there. Sometimes they have my smiling face on there, too, because John Shikanda sometimes like to put our images up there, too. And then you can get this broadcast up there, or you can go on the Windy City Network, www.windycityhometown, all one word, windycityhometown.com. And you can listen to the shows there. Also, don't forget to listen to all the other shows on the Windy City Network there. The Armchair Experts. Is it Keeping It Real still on? The Italian? No, that's over. The Italian show's over. That didn't make it. They ended that one. Meet the Chicago Historians, all about Chicago history, just about everything they cover on Chicago history. Chicago Junction, all about railroading and trains and everything you wanted to know about that. The Armchair Experts, I think we mentioned. What else was it?
Meet the Chicago Historians.
Told them that one, John.
And the Donna Sports with Don Figueroa.
Donna Sports. I forgot the Donna Sports, yep. And then you do some music shows, too, on there. So
we sure do. We just got done putting some music on the website for by Dick Jurgens, this gentleman that's sitting right behind me, Denny Farrell. He just gave me a bunch of albums about Dick Jurgens, and 2 of them so far are on the website.
So there you go. If you're into the old big band music and stuff like that, you're on the right station there. So there's something on there for everybody, folks. So thank you so much for listening, folks, and have yourselves a wonderful month. We'll see you back on here next month with Paranormal Radio. Thank you, folks. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Thank you.
You have been listening to Paranormal Radio with Bob Trzeciak from the John DeVita Broadcast Center on the Windy City Hometown Entertainment Network and Jack FM 89.7 WRHS FM Norwich. Paranormal Radio was directed by John DeVita, and our special thanks to the executive producer of Windy City Hometown Entertainment Network, Mr. John Shikanda, and radio station manager Kevin Zeflik of WRHS FM Norwich. This broadcast was pre-recorded on Monday, February the 27th, year 2017. Until next time, please be safe and thanks for listening. And this is Jack FM 89.7 WRHS FM, Norridge, Illinois.